And initially, I was shocked and stunned. And I'm not going to lie to you, I was a little disappointed. I was a little disappointed with myself. And this goes back to the things that we just can't control. There are things that we just can't control. Hey, what's up? What's up, everyone? I hope you're all having an amazing day. My name is Miguel Lebron. I am the host of Strategy Rewind, a podcast that can be heard on all audio streaming platforms. I am also a personal growth strategist. I help individuals identify their values and align them with their habits in order to be able to have a breakthrough moment. I'm super excited to be connected here with you today. If you are listening on whatever audio streaming platform or you are watching, thank you so much. Really excited to share with you what today's topic is about. I want to talk about confronting the fear of failure. Can we start off by acknowledging that the fear of failure is a common human experience? Can we be honest? I think we can. You and I are friends, considering your friend at least. Listen, I have faced the fear of failure, and I think we all have. Is that nagging voice in our head that tells us, what if you don't succeed? That voice that tells us, what if you disappoint others? What if you're not good enough? Trust me, you're not alone in feeling this way. It's important to know this. You're not alone in feeling this type of feeling, of hearing this voice. I know I've been there. And I know countless of friends of mine, relatives, neighbors, and clients that have faced the same agonizing feeling, that have heard the same dreadful voice of what if things just don't work out. But here's the truth. Failure is not the end. Let me repeat that one more time because I think it's worth repeating. Failure is not the end. It's a stepping stone on the path to success. The way I define success is a specific yet evolving end point. It's important to define these words because so often we hear the word success and yet it seems like nobody actually defines it. Success is a specific yet evolving end point. My friends, failure is not the end. It's a stepping stone on the path to success. It's a teacher, it's a mentor, it's a source of invaluable lessons. You see, some of the most significant breakthroughs and growth moments emerge from a place that we would consider failure. But failure, well, it really is a perspective. I prefer to call them opportunities for growth. Instead of considering it something final, I consider it as an open invitation to something more. One of the most pivotal lessons I've learned is that failure is not a reflection of your worth or potential. Here, let me share with you a story that I think will bring this home and really bring this alive. I had the chance for the first time ever to travel to Canada. Lovely place, lovely people, and just an amazing environment. And I traveled to Canada to take part in a speaker competition. In the speaker competition, I was nervous. And did I mention I was nervous? Now, I've been speaking since I was 15 years old. I've been getting on stages. I've been speaking in front of people. I've done it in large groups, small groups. Heck, the first time I stood on a stage to speak was in Puerto Rico. And I remember standing on stage and I remember shaking. But on top of that, the moment that I was going to start sharing information, sharing stories, the moment I was going to start sharing, I was sure I was going to have an impact. My friends, at that moment, there was a power outage. And there I was standing in the dark. Somebody pulled out flashlights and and lanterns, and they lit the place up. And so they said, all right, Miguel, you still got to go. That was the first time I remember standing in front of a group of people that had gathered with the intention to hear me speak. I've been speaking for over 20 years. And yet every time I stand on stage, I get a little nervous. And the way I describe that is because my nerves is an indication that what's about to take place, I have no control over. I have control over the preparation. I have control over the way I want to present myself. But in that moment, it's just that moment. We connect. And I went to Canada. I took part in the speaker competition. I stood on stage despite all the nerves leading up to the moment. And I spoke. The speaker competition allowed each competitor to speak twice. So it was 2 rounds, 2 days. I spoke on the first day, felt really good with it. The judges provided some feedback, but I was confident that I was heading in the right direction because I had this feeling within myself of satisfaction. Also, I had the feedback of my peers who were there, who really nourished the idea that, hey, you got this. And so day 2 came around. And I stood up, spoke. It was well received from my peers. Judges judged. I waited for the conclusion of the competition, and it was time to announce the victor. And there I stood, waiting to hear my name. But it did not come to pass. My name was not announced as the first place winner. My name was not announced as the second place. My name didn't even appear on the top 3. And initially, I was shocked and stunned. And I'm not going to lie to you. I was a little disappointed. I was a little disappointed with myself. And this goes back to the things that we just can't control. There are things that we just can't control. And I decided, you know what? I'm going to make the most of this. I can't do anything else. I can't change the outcome. I can only prepare the best I can. And that's what I did. So I was able to hang out, celebrate with the winners, and take photos and really connect. And so often when we talk about success, so often we are focused on the destination. We are focused on the end result. But when opportunity strikes in your life, when a door opens up, or when a situation takes place that maybe you're not ready for, if someone asks you, are you proud of yourself? Are you happy? So often we would look at the outcome, like asking Miguel, were you happy with the trip of Canada? It would be easy for me to jump to its conclusion and say, well, I didn't win. Sure, but that's not the question. The question is, are you happy? Are you satisfied with the work you did leading up to that moment? Because all you can do is control what you can do. And so I found it a great success, but I also learned something. Impact, true impact, is not just standing on stage, but it's what happens afterwards. Now, listen to me, my friend. Maybe you're not going to stand on stage, but maybe you are getting ready for something greater that's coming up. An event, a decision, a choice, a transition. And it is in this moment where I want you to understand that all you can do is prepare. Prepare to the best of your knowledge. Study, do research, weigh out your options, consider the details, challenge yourself, and take a leap. And all you can do is control that. The outcome is something you can't control. It may be that you go up to that individual that you've been dreaming about and say, hey, I like you. And it may be that they don't reciprocate. So find somebody else. Surround yourself with people that do like you. And you're like, that's easy for you to say. Yeah, but I'm speaking from experience. Now, there's a few things that we can do, right? There's a few things we can do, right? How can we confront fear? Because that's really that's the heart of today's conversation. How do we confront the fear of failure? Because the fear of failure is holding you back from even trying. If I would have allowed fear to get in the way, I would have never crossed the border. I would have never gone to Canada. I would have never gotten on that stage. I would have never competed if I would have allowed fear to get in the way. So how do we overcome this fear of failure and turn it into a source of strength? Let me share with you some strategies. That's what this podcast is about. Strategy Rewind focuses on the strategies for a breakthrough moment. Let me share with you some strategies that you can implement today so that you can confront the fear of failure and you can conquer. Number one, embrace a growth mindset. Embrace a growth mindset. Understanding that failure is part of the journey of growth. Understanding this embraces the opportunities to learn, adapt, and become a better version of ourselves. Embrace a growth mindset. There are two types of mindset: a growth mindset or a stagnant mindset, a limited mindset. A growth mindset looks for these opportunities to grow. And even when the outcome isn't what was desired, it still considers this an opportunity of growth. It's the limited mindset, the stagnant mindset that says it won't work out, it ain't going to happen, I will not succeed, I will not accomplish, and thus nothing is done. Have you ever heard of the red car theory? Red car theory says that if you were driving, in fact, you may be listening right now and driving to school, to work, to your next destination. And if I ask you, how many red cars have you seen? You may say, I've seen a few, or I've seen none. Or you may say, you know what, Miguel, I didn't even think about looking for red cars. But then I say to you, hey, I know you're going to travel, so do me a favor. Count how many red cars you see and let me know. Get back to me. What's going to happen is that you're going to be focused on the red cars. So the next time we connect and I say, did you notice the red cars? You're going to say yes. And there was 72 or 100 or 0 or 5 or whatever the number may be. The reason is because you're focusing on it. An opportunity is like that red car. If you are focusing on looking for opportunities, you'll find them. A growth mindset looks for opportunities, even in the moment of what is considered a failure. So embrace a growth mindset. Number two, set realistic goals. Set realistic goals. Break your goals into smaller, achievable steps. Right? This is not only to reduce the fear of a massive goal, but it also reduces any fear that of failure that is associated, right? It gives us a sense of accomplishment if we take this big goal and reduce it. Another strategy that you can implement is self-compassion. And when we talk about having a growth mindset, it is necessary that the way you view things are in line with your values, are in line with your habits, are in line with where you want to be. When we talk about setting realistic goals, it's necessary that it lines up with your values, that it lines up with your habits, that it lines up with where you want to be. And when we talk about this strategy here, which is practicing self-compassion, oftentimes we are our harshest critic. We are easily able to tell everyone, you're doing a great job. Man, you look fantastic in that blouse. Man, you must have lost weight. Man, you're lifting. Man, you do. We are easy and quick and wanting to give compliments to others. But so often we find it difficult when the individuals are applauding us, recognizing us, We even self-sabotage and self-justify when people say, hey, you look great in that shirt. This old thing, it's something I found in the back of the closet. Nobody's asking you where you got it from. They're telling you look good. Embrace the fact that you look good. Receive the fact that you look good, that you did good, that you are good. And even in the moments where you don't feel good, even when you look at the outcome and say, well, this ain't going the way I thought it was going to go, you should still show yourself some self-compassion. You're doing the best you can with the tools you have, the information you have. You cannot control the outcome. You can only control your choices, your decisions. It's like investing in the stock market. Now, by no means am I a financial advisor or a stockbroker or anything of that nature. However, I know a thing or two about investing. And when investing in the stock market, you never know what's going to happen. Now, sure, you can watch the business shows and listen to the business podcasts and the individuals who have studied the market and studied trends, and they may be able to tell you, hey, if you study or if you invest in this one stock, you're going to be good. Right? Fantastic. But then there are those who really don't know. And the fact is, we all don't know. They're only making a conclusion based upon the studies that they've done. And can you imagine the people that invested so heavily in Target a few months back? And a few months back, Target had this massive scandal that hit their stocks. All of the pundits and all of the talking heads and all of the individuals that studied never saw that coming. No one did. Target didn't see it coming. So you can only prepare yourself and be content with your preparation. And the outcome will work itself out. So if the outcome is what you wanted it to be, great, celebrate. If the outcome is not what you wanted it to be, have a little self-compassion and then go back to the previous strategy. Analyze, did I set forth a good goal? Did I set forth a realistic goal? And did I prepare myself for the journey of this particular goal? Hey, there are two more strategies that I want to share with you. I want you to walk away with 5 strategies in order for you to conquer, to overcome the fear of failure. But if you're finding value, please hit the subscribe button. If you're able to subscribe, hit the like button if you have a chance to hit like and you're watching on YouTube, or if you can, and leave comments or share this with a friend, right? If you're finding value, let someone else know so that they too can find value. I'm going to make this real simple for you. Head over to strategyrewind.com. Real simple. Head over to strategyrewind.com. Hopefully I can get the words out. Dang it. Head over to strategyrewind.com. There you can not only check out previous episodes, you can subscribe to our newsletter where you can get in direct into your inbox information of when a new episode drops. Strategyrewind.com. All right, we're talking about the first thing, the first strategy you can implement. First strategy, or one of the 5 strategies we're going to share here with you today, you can implement embracing a growth mindset. If your mindset is getting in the way, if you got stinking thinking, you're not going to be able to embrace opportunity or even see them knocking. Strategy number 2 here is set a realistic goal. Make sure that your goals align with your values and that your habits are part of this, that it actually allows you to accomplish these things. Strategy number 3 is show self-compassion. We are so quick to tell everyone how great they did, how great they look, but I need you to understand that you are great, and even a momentary setback is not final. Okay, understand this, my friend. Even a momentary setback is not final. It isn't. You are well equipped and prepared, even more so now with this experience, to be able to have a greater breakthrough. Those are the first 3. Here are the final 2. Number 4, visualize success. Imagine your desired outcome vividly. Like, you have to see yourself standing on stage, driving the vehicle that you want to drive, living in the neighborhood you want to live, dressing a certain way. You have to see yourself there. You have to believe it before anyone else does. In fact, I'm going to say this. You not only have to visualize it, you've got to hear this thing, hear this vision, tell it to yourself. So often individuals will tell everyone their problems, or they're going to tell everyone their desires. It's like they're telling everyone what they're going to do. It's like, my friend, you have to be the first one to believe it. You have to be the first one to see it, and you have to be the first one to hear it. So you have to say to yourself, I'm going to get this. I'm going to do this. I'm ready. I'm equipped. I'm the guy. I'm the gal. I'm the person who's going to do this. And when I do this, it will look this way. When I do this, when I accomplish my goal, it will look phenomenal. It will look fantastic, right? When I lose weight, when I transform my body, when I transform my mind, when I enter into this new relationship, when I start this new venture, when I do this, it will be great. It will be phenomenal, inspirational. It will reach the people. It will change the life of my children, my household. I'll feel great. You have to be specific with what that vision is, and be specific with what the story that you want to create for yourself. Start telling yourself that story. You could even go ahead and make in your collages. When I was a kid, we would always create collages. It was like, okay, grab a bunch of magazine and newspapers and cut out, what house do you want? What car do you want? Where do you want to live? Right? You want to live somewhere sunny, so you need a sun, you need palm trees, beaches, whatever it is, and just create a collage. Put it somewhere that's visible. Maybe make it into your wallpaper, so that when you turn on your laptop, your computer, your tablet, your phone, you see it there. You're reminded. So that even when everything else around you has not yet caught up to your vision is still clear. Visualize success. Visualization can help you reduce anxiety and build confidence in your abilities. And finally, seek support. Oftentimes we want to go at it alone. We want to do it by ourselves. I believe in the power of community, and I believe in the power of mentorship. It's why I often say, surround yourself with people that will nourish your vision. Because in the world where it seems like you got to look a certain way, or walk a certain way, or do things a specific way in order to fit in or be cool or be accepted, the truth is you don't need a bunch of people. You just need a couple of people that understand who you are and what your vision is, and that they support you. And they support you. Get into the right rooms, the right clubs, the right organizations, the right networks that allow you to grow. Surround yourself with people that are in a position that you want to be. That you want to be. They don't got to have it all figured out. They just got to be a couple steps ahead of you, so that you can see the trajectory, gain the information, gain the knowledge, and then make the connection. Make the connection. Send a friend request. Slide into the DMs. Because by doing this, you'll have a better perspective of yourself and of the things you want to do. Listen, share your fears with a trusted friend, with a mentor, with a coach. I have a friend of mine who says, tell it to a lawyer. They're paid to be quiet. And sometimes voicing your fears can provide clarity, and it can also take the power away from all of those negative thoughts, from all of that stinking thinking. Remember, every success person, every successful individual you admire, any individual that you think has achieved a certain level of success, faced moments of fear, faced moments of doubt, faced moments of setback. Everyone. It's how they navigated those moments that set them apart. Your journey towards your personal and professional growth is no different. You and I will encounter difficulty, challenges. We'll encounter all of these struggles that come along and try to derail us. But the great inventor Thomas Edison once said, "I've not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work." So I want to encourage you that if right now you're seeing an opportunity, but fear of failure is holding you back, my friends, understand that you are more than capable and equipped to do it. I want to leave you with this thought. Failure isn't the opposite of success. If you write anything down from this podcast, if you write anything down from this episode, write this down. Failure isn't the opposite of success. It's part of the path to success. It's where we gather the wisdom, resilience, and courage we need to reach our full potential. So, let's face our fears head up. Let's embrace failure and keep moving forward on this incredible journey of growth. And if you feel as though you need support, an accountability partner, I want to encourage you to utilize the link in our show notes. Set up a free 30-minute strategy session today. Let's jump on a Zoom call. You and I, let's do that. Because I believe in you and I believe that you have the abilities to accomplish your goals, but it's necessary that your values and habits are aligned with this. Sometimes we don't realize it, but we have yet to even identify our values. I want to encourage you to head over to strategyrewind.com, because there you can go ahead and subscribe to our newsletter, which is the Growth Strategy Spotlight. You can read articles that I've written, and you can even revisit previous episodes and articles.